Hi, I'm Zoya. Welcome to this video. Today in this session, we are going to learn fundamental of drawing, what materials you need, how to get started, and we'll go through the process together. The pencil we need for drawing are HB, 2B, and 6B. You can use other pencils with different graffiti grades as well, but these three are the most commonly used. You can easily start learning the basic of drawing with just these three pencils. It comes to brushes. We mainly need two types. The first one is a short dense brush. You can use any kind of brush, even makeup brushes, as long as it has these qualities. It should be short, not long, and soft, but still firm and compact. This type of brush helps us blend and soften the shading smoothly. The second type is a flat brush, and we can use two variations of it. One is a firmer flat brush, which is great for blending edges and softening lines. The other is a softer flat brush, which is better for more delicate shading when we need to blend with more precision and control. A blending stop is a tool used for softening and blending very fine lines, especially in areas where a brush can't reach or where the shading needs more depth and precision. When using it, we need to be careful not to overwork the surface so we don't damage or lose the paper's natural texture. This is Mono Zero Eraser, which help us leave graffiti smoothly. It is especially useful for creating clean, fine highlights and removing small details with control. The eraser brush pen is a very versatile tool. It can gently soften and blend graffiti in a natural way, and it can also leave part of it. This type is widely used in drawing. It doesn't create sharp highlights like the Mono Zero eraser, but it can work both like a blending stump and an eraser at the same time. The next one is a regular eraser, the kind you can find in almost every home. Then we have a kneaded eraser. A kneaded eraser is a soft putty-like material that you can shape however you want and use in different sizes. It allows you to gently lift graphite and control how much you remove. And of course, a sharpener. And the last tool is an electric eraser. An electric eraser is a bit more advanced, so I don't recommend it for everyone at the beginning, but it can be really useful when you want to create very bright, sharp highlights or clean, strong white areas in your drawing. Now we need to warm up our hand before starting any drawing. To do this, we begin on a blank sheet of paper and start making lines. The lines can go in any direction, it doesn't matter at all. The only goal is to relax your hand and get a feel for control and pressure. Then you can move on to drawing circles and any kind of free lines you think of. The more you warm up your hand here, the better control you'll have later when it comes to shading and drawing clean lines. This is very important. We don't hold the pencil the same way we do when we write. For drawing, we hold the pencil more loosely, almost like a brush, from the top. This allows us to create freer, more relaxed lines and gives us better control over the flow of the strokes. Now is the time for shading. For shading, we use the same main pencil I mentioned earlier. We started with the HB pencil and began laying down the first layer of the shading. We go from one side or one corner and move across to the other side. The lines should be drawn close together. We use the sharp tip of the pencil and apply very light pressure to create a smooth, even, and light tone. At this stage, we don't need to worry too much about the edges or perfection. The goal is maintained to build a clean and basic foundation of shading. In the next sections, as you can see in the image, we gradually make the shading darker. There are different ways to deepen the shadows. One method is to continue using the same pencil tip but approach the shading from a different angle or corner. By changing the direction, the tone naturally becomes richer and darker. Next, we move on to the 2B pencil. With 2B, we slightly lay the pencil down more and start shading with broader strokes. In the first area, we use light pressure, and in the second area, we increase the pressure to build a darker value. We then repeat the same process with the 6B pencil, following the same idea but achieving an even deeper and darker shade. But there are also a few things you should avoid when shading. If you hold the pencil too close, like you do when writing, and apply too much pressure, it can damage the texture of the paper. And if you hold the pencil too low, it can create harsh lines and streaks in your shading, make the surface look uneven. Now I'm going to explain different sketching and shading techniques. The first one is hatching. In hatching, we use the sharp tip of the pencil to draw lines in one direction. These lines can be closer together or further apart depending on how light or dark we want the value to be. The next technique is cross-hatching. This is when we add another layer of lines in a different direction over the first set, creating overlapping lines that build darker and richer shading. The third technique is stepping. Stepping is a dot-based technique. We will create texture and shading using small dots. By controlling the density of the dots, we can move from darker rows to lighter ones. And finally, what we did with the 2B pencil is called grading. In this method, we lay the pencil down and control the pressure to create a smooth transition from darker to light area. And finally, we apply all the tools we introduced at the beginning of the video, so you can understand how each one actually works in practice. For example, the brush can blend these lines very smoothly. If we use a flat brush, it can also help us create or soften a line while blending at the same time. With the blending stump, we can gently soften very line and carefully blend the small details. And as you can see in the image, different type of eraser can remove graffiti in different ways. Some can leave large areas, while others create very thin, precise highlights. Finally, the kneaded eraser, as shown here, is very flexible. We can shape it easily and use it to leave graffiti very softly. And that's for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. See you in the next one.